Darry Lou by Tangelo van de Zuidhoeven, Nabab de Reve and Burgraaf. A fabulous pedigree. He's bred by international Grand Prix rider Roelof Bril. He paired Tangelo to the 1m45 mare Venus, and then the Grandam, who has a breeding name by Free Lady, but in sport we do know her as Burggravin. Jumped herself at 1m60 Grand Prix level. In the name of Juliana, I can tell her that they all had a good relation with the Gates family, and Darry Lou now retires from sport. And they're proud to work together for his breeding career. So he never had an official sport goodbye, but this is that moment. And Darry Lou, former Grand Prix horse of BZ Madden and of Harry Smolders, has been retired from sport and will be fully available for you as a breeder. He has a handful of offspring, but they're not at an age yet that they're competing already at international level. A little bit more about its family. I told you already, Mother Venus, she jumped herself at 145 level with Deborah Jackson. And in breeding, she already beat me, who's jumping in the 155 classes with Chet Fellows. And that one is the mother to another Grand Prix stallion you do know, as it's F1 USA, who's competing at the very highest 5-star Grand Prix level under the saddle of Lorenzo De Luca. This unreal stallion with a lovely type, with a super character, won in his career over €1.5 million in prize money. With BZ Madden, for example, he won the famous Spruce Meadows Grand Prix. He won the Nations Cup at Spruce Meadows. And with Harry Smolders, he was the winner of the Nations Cup class in Falsterbo. You will see it on the screen. He won with Harry Smolders also the Grand Prix of Valkenswaard. And with Nayel Nazar, one of his other former riders, he became the number 10 at Spruce Meadows again at the Grand Prix of Spruce Meadows. Here you see him competing under the saddle of BZ Madden. They won that famous and prestigious Spruce Meadows Grand Prix. One of the best horses she ever had in her career. Competed at the biggest Grand Prix all over the globe. And this horse, still in a very good condition at the age of 17, will be now available for breeding at Studboek Zangersheide. That seems to be a unique chance. Every rider who has been in the saddle loved his qualities and have set up good results with him. Best results in his career, of course, with BZ Madden, Spruce Meadows winner, won in Wellington the Dirridge Farm Nations Cup at 1m60 height, won in Wellington the 4-star Grand Prix, and became also winner again in 2019, one of the 1m60 classes. His qualities, and you do see it here in the screen, in breeding are probably his scope, his jumping qualities, his rideability and his technique. And there's something to add, as probably also his lovely character will be added to his offspring. If we can give a small breeding advice, then it will probably be that we would use him on a larger framed mare with a length in the back and a mare who is built upwards a little bit. It's also a little bit familiar for the offspring of Tangelo van de Zuidhoeven, of course the sire to this Darry Lou, this 5-star Grand Prix winner, and the former rides of BZ Madden, Nayel Nazar and Harry Smolders present here at the Zangersheide Stallion presentation in Centaur Park at the age of 17. The owners of Darry Lou are currently competing and working in Wellington, in America. But the farewell of Darry Lou is also in their hearts, as the owners, as the former riders of this top stallion.
My name is Nassar. In the course, Darry Lou really came alive, especially on a big grass field. You really felt like he grew, you know, going into the arena. That was his moment to shine, and I think he knew it. The bigger the atmosphere, the more people, the more buzz, the bigger he got. You know, he really loved to compete, and he loved to gallop on big fields. And that was really the place where he felt the most alive and the most at home. And all the success he had were always just really smooth rounds, regardless of who was riding him. And I think he gave the rider an ability to do that because of how calm and collected and cool he was in his mind. The highlight of Darry Lou's career has to be his win at the CP International with BZ. I think he was the only double clear that day. Massive, massive course. And he really just ate the jumps. I mean, he made it look so easy. That was in the prime of his career. That probably has to be the biggest win of his life. We have so many fond memories of Darry Lou. He was just such a cool character to have around the barn. Again, like for a stallion, he was just so easygoing. He had this presence about him that was really unique and special. And he was so cool that anybody could ride him. So, you know, he was really, you know, a family horse. Jen rode him, I rode him. Harry eventually rode him. So he, regardless of who was on his back, he always came out to do well and do his job. And he was always happy doing it. And I think that just really leaves a mark on us here at Evergate. If I could talk to Darry Lou, I would just tell him thank you for being such a remarkable horse, remarkable animal, to really all the riders that came across his life.
Yeah, it's the official goodbye from the sport for Darry Lou, ladies and gentlemen. Thankful words of his former rider, Nassar. One of their highlights was the win at the CP International at Spruce Meadows under the saddle of BZ Madden. And if you're, as a breeder, looking for 5-star Grand Prix quality, scope, rideability, technique and a top character, then this could be the perfect partner for your mare. If your mare is a bit larger framed, has enough length in the back and is built upwards a little bit. Few offspring of Darry Lou already, and that offspring is looking promising. We can imagine why, as if you're from this kind of family, if you have this kind of character and this kind of results at 5-star Grand Prix level. Frederik de Bakker is asking for a standing ovation for Darry Lou, who gets a big round of applause by the public, by the breeders, by the spectators here at the Zangersheide International at the Zangersheide.